Hunter is one of the best tools ever built for one narrow question: who owns this email address at this domain? But most people typing Hunter alternatives into Google aren't asking that question anymore. They're asking a different one: who should I be emailing in the first place? Hunter was never built to answer that question, and here's exactly what changes the moment you need it to. Hunter's own pricing and product pages confirm there's no way to search by job title, seniority, or industry across the open market. Every search starts from a domain you already know. Zero built-in filters for who a person is. The whole engine assumes you've already found the company. That's a fine trade when you're verifying one contact at a well-known account you can already name. It's a rough one when the actual job is finding 300 VP of sales contacts across companies you haven't identified yet because Hunter has no mechanism for that search. You'd still need a second tool just to produce a list of domains before Hunter does anything with it, which means the alternative you're really shopping for is a replacement for that missing first step, not a faster version of Hunter itself. That's the actual split behind every Hunter alternative search, and it's less about data quality and more about direction. Hunter is domain first. You supply the company, it hands back the people who work there. A people first tool runs the opposite direction. You supply the criteria, title, seniority, industry, headcount, region, and it hands back every person who matches, regardless of which company they happen to sit inside. Neither direction is wrong on its own. Recruiters and account-based teams chasing a known, finite list of target companies are well served by domain first. They already know exactly who they're trying to reach inside. But cold outbound for a new offer rarely starts that way. It starts with a buyer profile, VP of sales at a 50 to 200 person software company, not a company name, and that's precisely the search Hunter has no way to run on its own. Our own testing notes put it plainly after a week of trying to build a fresh outbound list purely inside Hunter. We kept having to seed it with domains from somewhere else: LinkedIn Sales Navigator, an existing customer list, a firmographic export, anything, before Hunter could do anything useful. The tool itself never once told us who to go after. That's not a bug report, it's the tool doing exactly what it was built to do. The mismatch only becomes visible once the job you're hiring it for shifts from verifying a contact you already found to sourcing one you haven't. 4 things worth knowing straight from Hunter's own pricing page before comparing it to anything else. First, Starter runs $49 a month for 2,000 credits, and those credits refill monthly. Unused ones don't roll forward into a bigger list later. Second, Growth runs $149 a month for 10,000 credits, still domain first, still a recurring charge rather than a one-time purchase. Third, Bulk Lookup still requires you to supply the domain list yourself. Hunter enriches a list you already assembled. It doesn't generate one from criteria. Fourth, verification draws from the same credit pool as search, so a large verification pass and a large search pass compete for the same monthly budget instead of running independently, and enterprise tier custom pricing is the only way past that ceiling. Run the actual numbers on a 10, 0, 0, 0. Contact ask because this is where the two models stop looking similar. Hunter's growth plan is $149 every single month, recurring, for 10,000 domain first credits, and that's before you've sourced a single company list to feed it. Quarvio's price for 10,000 pre-verified, criteria-matched contacts is $199 once, with the credits valid for 12 months. 12 months of growth adds up to nearly $1,800 for a tool that still needs a domain list handed to it every time. To be fair to Hunter, if what you actually need is fast, cheap verification of contacts you've already identified by name, it remains a genuinely good tool for that specific job at that price. It's simply not the list-building tool most Hunter alternative searches are actually looking for. So here's our verdict plainly: keep Hunter if your workflow is verify a known contact. Replace it if your workflow is build a list from criteria, that's a different job entirely, and Quarvio is built to start from the criteria instead of the domain. In the stack we run, Quarvio supplies the criteria-matched, verified contacts, instantly handles the send-in and warm-up. Informail keeps the inboxes and authentication clean underneath. Aimfox runs LinkedIn in parallel off the email domain entirely. Pick tools by the direction you actually search in, not by which name you already recognize.